Welcome back to the ABCs of Safe Touch with Amber. Again, not all family is safe, even if they're blood, okay? That's what we're going to be getting into this video. I want you to like and subscribe and share with another person that needs to hear what I got to say today. The most dangerous people in your child's life may be your favorite cousin. You heard it from me. So let me introduce myself. I'm Amber Gonzalez, licensed professional counselor, the owner of Day One Therapy, and I write books about keeping children safe and unsafe touch. I have a workbook called I Know What to Do. And also, my new book, unfortunately, is called The ABCs of It Happened to Me. This is going to be a parent and child book on how to heal after safe and unsafe touch. Enough about me. Let's get into it. Most dangerous people in your child's life may not be strangers. And 99.9% of the time, it's never going to be a stranger. In my 13 years of experience, I don't think I even had a stranger of disclosure from my clients. 99.9% a family member. Sometimes it's the cousin that everybody loves, the uncle who always volunteers to babysit for free, the friend of the family you grew up with but never really knew. Today's topic, we're going to break down the taboo. Just because someone's family doesn't mean that they're safe, okay? And if you're a parent, guardian, or a survivor, you need to hear this. Share with someone else. Break down the myth of safe family, right? We're conditioned to believe that family equals safety. But data tells a different story. 93% of child SA is committed by someone that the child knows. Statistics around this, again, 13 years of me being a trauma therapist, I've had biological dads, I had biological moms, I had biological cousins, I had biological brothers and sisters. Again, stranger danger? That's the least of your worries. Not that strangers don't do crazy stuff, which they do. But a lot of times it's family danger. All right. I had many stories, many clients that had to overcome this trauma bond. All right. We teach stranger danger, but don't teach the cousin caution. That has to change in 2025. Real talk from a trauma therapist. Okay. I sat across from children who were SA'd at their grandparents' house. I worked with parents who didn't believe their child at first because it was family. Like, Uncle Bob wouldn't do that. Aunt Kiki wouldn't do that. My husband wouldn't do that. This part was really hard to dissect in therapy when I first started as a therapist. Like, okay, well, how do you know if your child's telling the truth? And it's not about if your child's telling the truth. It's about always believing your child, which I talk about in the ABCs of Safe Touch. No child is making that up. All right. So before you question a child for coming out about SA, you need to be questioning the person that they're saying that did it. All right. And more than likely they're going to lie. They're not going to tell the truth. And then again, the trauma bond, right? So kids may still love the person that SA'd them. And that is why parents should never dismiss that, right? Just because they're like, oh, well, they seem to be nice to each other. I don't think they have a problem. She still wants to be around that person. The trauma bond is just that. It's the love and hate. It's the mix of the love and hate. So our goal as a parent is to always keep our children safe, even if they still love the person that SA'd them, all right? It's hard to break the cycle when it's people that you love too. When it's your own brother, when it's your own sister, when it's your own mom, when it's your own dad. Real talk. How to protect without becoming paranoid. All right, so I'm going to teach you 3 practical trauma-informed prevention tips. Number 1, create rules, not exceptions. All right, we don't sit on laps. We don't close doors. We don't do secrets with adults. There's many other things that we could add on to this, right? The closed doors, no, we need to always see, we need to always hear. Sitting on laps, that's a hard no. And when you make it normal for everybody, we don't sit on laps, We're not being selective of who, because the worst thing that you could do is, oh, that uncle can't be trusted, but the rest of them can. Little do you know, you think it's just that uncle, and it's the aunts too. So the worst thing you can do when people DM me like, oh, this person, they got caught doing this, so I got to keep my kids away from them. Yes, keep your kids away from them, but don't assume that everybody else in the family is safe too. At this point, trust less. Okay. So again, create rules for your family, create rules for your kids, and no exceptions. All right. The sleepover is hard now. The locked door is hard now. The sitting on laps, the car rides, alone car rides. No. How many essay stories have I had come to my desk that happened in the car, on the way to the park? Oh, let's go get ice cream. Perfect access and location. Okay. The next one, number 2, is going to be supervision is protection. Don't normalize sleepovers. Don't normalize sleepovers with no check-ins. So if you are really for the sleepovers, I recommend, if you do it, that you do random show ups, and also don't even let them sleep there. You can stay there till 9 p.m. I'll come and get you. That whole sleeping over. No, we don't need to be doing all that hoopla. All right, we don't need to be sleeping over people's homes. I don't know why that popped up. We don't need to be sleeping over people's houses. All right, look, if you want to sleep over, you sleep over with them too. Okay. Number 3 is teach kids to listen to their body cues. Right, if it feels yucky, it probably is. That's in my book, ABC Safe Touches Eyes for Intuition. Follow your intuition, your gut. Because when things feel off, they usually are. Safe adults never need secrets. All right. So that's 3 things. So create rules, no exceptions. Supervision is protection, and teach kids to listen to their body cues. All right. Final word, parents. I want you to try to follow your intuition too. I want you to follow your gut too. This isn't just about your kids. When something don't feel right, that person that wants to give the free soccer coaching or free this, even the coaches, they're overly involved with your child. I want you guys, as the parents or caregiver, or the trusted adult, to always trust your gut, not silence the red flags. Don't say, oh, well, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm doing too much. No, I'd rather you do too much than not enough. And that's exactly why I created the ABCs of Safe and Unsafe Touch and I Know What to Do workbook. Let me actually get them real quick. So this is why I wrote the ABCs of Safe and Unsafe Touch. This is the hard copy. Paperback is also available too. If you can see, nice and colorful. And it's really a breakdown from A to Z of how to keep safe touch from a trauma therapist perspective after 13 years. And then I have the I Know What to Do workbook. This is from ages 6 through 10. This is the proof. It's available also on Amazon, directly on my website for much cheaper. And this is going to be like a deep dive for anybody that feels like they need that. It looks like my daughter was in there in the proof. So yeah, it's also available in Spanish, the ABCs of Safe Touch. My next hard copy is ABCs of It Happens to Me, which is going to be, it's a really tough book to write because I know every sale means that your child has been SA'd, because it's 1 in 4 for girls and 1 in 6 for boys, but I have been requested to write this for many people. So this is going to be a parent and child guide towards healing after unsafe touch. All right. And then you guys can also get free shipping. When you go to my website, you'll be able to see the link for that. All right. So drop a comment if you were raised in a family where abuse was swept under the rug, but now you're breaking the cycle. If this video made you think differently about family and safety, share it with another parent. Let's stop normalizing silence, and let's normalize protection, and subscribe for more truth-telling, trauma healing, and parent power. All right, till next time.